All right, all right, all right. Happy Hump Day! Mike. Hump Day! Happy Hump Day, listeners. I am Justin Schaff, your host of the Fields of Friendly Strife podcast, the FOFS Pod for short. Thanks for stopping by for another episode. Episode 7, Pass and Review. The backdrop behind the name, Pass and Review. For centuries, armies have marked the conclusion of a campaign with one final tradition. That is the pass and review. From the parade grounds of history to the plain point where cadets still march in precise formation before the corps and distinguished reviewing officers to military installations around the world where today's service members continue this timeless ceremony. The pass and review remains a moment of accountability, pride, and reflection. It is not another battle, not another drill, not another chance to prove yourself. It is the final inspection, a moment when every unit passes before the reviewing stand. Its discipline, preparation, execution, victories, and lessons learned all on full display. There's no hiding, there's no excuses, and there's no rewriting history. For the past month, the world's greatest footballing nations have waged their own campaign across North America. Every tactical decision, every inspired substitution, every breathtaking goal, and every heartbreaking mistake, every underdog that refused to surrender, and every giant that unexpectedly fell. The trophy has been lifted, the confetti has settled in New York City, and the anthems have been sung. The history books have begun to close. But before this World Cup takes its place among the greatest tournaments ever played, one final inspection remains. That's this evening, where the terrace takes its place on the reviewing stand. Who executed their mission with excellence? Who exceeded every expectation? Which managers earned promotion? And which may find themselves relieved of command? Which stars cemented their legacy? Which young players announced themselves to the world? Which tactics will influence the next generation? And which moments will be debated for decades to come? This isn't about hot takes. It's about thoughtful evaluation. It's about honoring excellence, learning from failure, and giving this tournament the review it deserves. The campaign is complete. Now, the World Cup makes its pass and review here on the Fields of Friendly Strife before the terrace. So, with that said, we bring in the Keystone Prophet for this very special episode. No American football, nothing to talk about. It's all just conversations about, will Fernando Mendoza start in Las Vegas? Are the Bills going to build? It's just a bunch of storylines of predictions. There's going to be more of that to come for the training camp next week. But we had a historic World Cup that deserves its credence, that deserves the Keystone Prophet on the terrace to give his thoughts, his feedback on this tournament. Will, welcome to the show. Great to have you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's awesome. I was thinking here for format as to how it all goes. We could do it kind of like a superlatives deal. I want to give credit or credits to. I wasn't thinking of it. It was your idea. It was a great idea. I love it. I'm so glad that we could go with it. But before we jump in, I got to ask, brother, what were your thoughts on this year's World Cup? Was it a success? Did North America host well? What do you make 2026 World Cup? Overall thoughts from the Keystone Prophet.
Oh, there's a lot to love and a lot of things to be excited about for the future of U.S. soccer and the game in general. I think there was a lot of positives I took away that were little. Like it turns out there are more people who dislike Lexi Lawless just like I do. So that was very encouraging, and,
There you
and
go.
maybe Fox will learn from this. I hope so. And, there are a lot of people who I think are very excited now about the game, and hopefully they will continue on. There was some good interviews I listened to recently with Don Garber, the MLS commissioner, talking about their strategy and how they're going to try to launch what they're calling MLS 3.0 off the back of this tournament. I hope it goes well. I really do. I think there's a lot of excitement. Long may it continue.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a it's the world's most popular tournament for a reason, and I think it's just so incredible that Americans, Yanks, got a chance to, see that in their own backyard. And there's no doubt that there's unbelievable momentum to be built here. Exciting to hear that the MLS is looking to capitalize on it. It was no secret that they would. But switching gears wasn't part of the script. But who's your favorite? Because you are the Keystone Prophet, right? Who's your favorite to be his replacement? Selfishly, I'm rooting for the NFL guy. Love me Parag, great dude. Crushed it there in San Fran and Leeds United. But who do you take?
For replacement for who?
Don Garber, commissioner, MLS.
Oh,
Sorry.
I have no idea, honestly. I think if I was cynical, it would probably be someone from Deloitte. They are so connected with U.S. soccer. Um, Hopefully, it's not someone like Adam Silver in the NBA. We'll see. I think there's a lot to learn too from what La Liga has done with their salary cap, and it has proven that it has helped them develop Spanish players. I mean, this World Cup was proof of that. So it's possible to do and to produce a high quality product on the field. So hopefully they can learn from things like that. We'll see.
We will see the Keystone Prophet keeping it close to the vest on who takes over for Don Garber. Either way, we feel good about 3.0, which I love. But let's hop in World Cup, staying focused. Don't let Justin deviate too much here. As we hop into superlatives for the tournament, on the spot, best player. Who we got? Who was the best player for the tournament?
My pick, easy, Jude Bellingham.
Oh,
Electric to watch. He was
yes.
so good. He was so fun. He might not have been maybe the casual fans' favorite, but it is just so refreshing and fun to watch a player just break through the midfield, get on the chances, score. He has that swagger. You watch out, Barcelona. Madrid's coming.
Oh yeah, yeah. They are definitely coming. There is no doubt about that, and you will have warmed my wife's heart about that because that was as we were having a little bit of fun talking about these superlatives. It was no question Jude Bellingham. Biased, of course. There's a lot as we go through these. There's going to be a lot of response from me on it being Three Lions based, but even parking the Three Lions affection, he just was spectacular, and you nailed it. What a great way to show the world there in albeit a meaningless third place match. Just coming on the pitch like that, just end to end on his own, just pure brilliance. So yeah, it'll be a lot
If
of
England's smart, they're going to build their Euros team, their next World Cup team around him, not Harry Kane. And
yes.
it would be so much fun to watch. Put players around him, it's going to be awesome.
That's right, and let's get a Englishman running the squad too. That topic for I won't get too far ahead of myself here. We'll make sure that we keep going through the list. Next, being on the superlatives, Keystone Prophet Will Zeckman. Who was your breakout star this 2026 World Cup?
I think for me, the player that I probably knew the least about and got the most excited about had to have been Ayub Buati out of Morocco. The kid can play. He looked so calm under pressure. There's a reason why all the big clubs are after him. He's going to be a household name. It's just so fun to watch. I don't think if he's smart, he won't leave Lille this season. Get one more under his belt. It is just amazing to watch him step in there. However, there is a little bit of trepidation on my part. Last World Cup, everyone's going to remember Manchester United going in for Trapp after, or not Trapp, the other Moroccan defensive midfielder, and what a bust that was. So
Right.
we'll see. I also think the one that more people will get to see, who's going to use this, I think, as a springboard because he'll be playing Premier League next season, is Johan Manzambi from Switzerland, class player. And going into Aston Villa, and there's an opening now with Tielemans gone, I think, and Onana will likely be out for a while with his injury from that Belgium US game. He's going to come in and can just boss it up. So I think that'll be a fun one to watch. Those two are probably my picks.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I love too your just this is just why you're such a value to the show. You just are able to go outside of our borders. Or in my case, I really only seem to stick to colors red, white, and blue. Uh, and if it's England, U.S., so with that theme in mind, I kind of went with I think Malik Tillman. And if I were to flip a coin and go who I'd top over it, just because NFL guy and his old man being a heck of a player, Alex Freeman. I think that those two really were breakout players. Yours were the way better answer, but just being the Ted Lasso football theme we've got here, I think those two, are poised to build off of what was a strong World Cup showing for them and continue the growth in their career.
I think that Freeman pick is great. He really has exploded. I mean, he only has been in Europe for 6 months, and I don't think a lot of people knew how good he was. He'd played less than 10 games for the U.S. going into the World Cup, and he was excellent. He's going to likely be a mainstay, and the goal was a nice touch for him to get in his first major tournament with the team, and yeah, it's a great one, and I would not be surprised if there are clubs looking around, um, interested in him after that World Cup.
Yeah, it's he's got a great spot there in Villarreal in La Liga. Champions League club. With history, maybe not regularly, but they're certainly competing for top four in Spain, and he certainly could be positioning himself to make a create an opportunity in the other greatest league in the world other than the NFL, the English Premier League. So we shall see. Um, Moving along, this will be a fun one. Best goal of the tournament. What for you was the best goal?
I have the one that I have the best memory of, which was the first U.S. goal,
Oh, that was
celebrating with
electric.
you on
Oh
Friday night.
yes,
Oh, that was
yes.
just all the feels. So that was great. Maybe not the best quality. It was still a good goal, but I mean, how fun was that?
Oh,
And I think, quality wise, Cabo Verde's second goal against Argentina. Oh,
that was mine.
e-
Yes. Oh,
electric. It was
oh,
so good. Great finish. Yeah, it was good.
yeah. That
I
quality
think
wise,
too the understated goal. Sorry,
I
it's
love
hard
it.
to pick one.
Love it. Go. Come on. This is
I
what this is
loved
about.
Mikel Marino's goal against Portugal, where he just got slipped in right at the end of the game. Incredible assist, great calm finish. It's just true number nine play. So I loved it.
Yeah, I love all those, especially being able to share the moment with you, seeing the U.S. men's national team the opening goal at Oliver's Beer Garden, Erie, PA. Scott Enterprises shout out. Really, uh, that was a special moment, one that will be impossible to forget. But a goal that was pretty electric, and all of the Frontier neighborhood certainly heard this excitement when Anthony Gordon scored what should have been the game-winning goal. I'm not bitter still about it. I'm still not struggling. Yes, I am. I'm still struggling mightily. That was just magnificent from a Scouser in the Northwest, Evertonian, just magnificent. That was just a beautiful finish. So well drawn up coming out of half. That sent reverberations around the world, especially for all the England faithful. That was the best goal for me in the tournament. I wish it had more meaning, but never mind. here we are. Let's keep
What a moment it was, though.
what a moment it was, and that's now how it's remembered of what could have been, right? Never mind. Let's keep moving along here. Best match of the tournament. If the listeners can pick up on any trend, and I know you already know it as well, Will, where it's heading for me, but I want to know what you thought the best match of the tournament was.
Um, the Croatia Ghana best game I watched in person. I'll put it that way. That was my favorite. Um, got to be there with my dad and my wife. It was awesome. My sister. So much fun. Great fan bases. And the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium. A team I also enjoy, and it was great. So that was definitely one. I think also my favorite game I watched was actually the New Zealand versus Iran. Kind of a strange game. I just thought it was such a closely competed game early on in the group stage. Really got me excited about the tournament. So I thought that was a great game. 2-2.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, it was fun.
I like that. That one had similar impact on me. That was when I knew this World Cup was for real, and something was brewing because I thought to myself, wait a minute, I don't see an empty seat in SoFi.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I thought there was all this rhetoric about how extortionately expensive it was. This is going to be an egg on the face and just going to be a colossal failure. And I'm like, SoFi sold out. This is Iran and the Kiwis. This is not like a marquee matchup, and it's sold out. Uh, that I
Yeah.
thought was an indicator of like, okay, this is going to be something special, and special it was. That's for sure.
Yeah, and New Zealand went into the tournament the lowest ranked, FIFA team in the entire tournament, and I think it gave a lot of credibility to the expanded field, and it was a win. I don't like to give it to them, a win for FIFA and a win for the tournament in general. So yeah, I agree. It was really neat to see, and I think for a lot of kids too, they see that like every game can be good. It doesn't have to just be your top teams.
Correct, no doubt. It's the beautiful game that this was on full display, and it was awesome to certainly bring more into the fold to appreciate it and understand. And really awesome that you had that moment with your family there at Lincoln at the link. I'm really happy you got to have that and also share it with all the listeners. And it's obvious for me, the best match was yeah, it's like the Aztec round of 16. That was special. Being a
I
man
had a
down.
feeling that might come up.
Yeah, right. If there could have been anything more obvious of what Schaff was going to say here on the show, yeah, bringing up that match, that was just incredible. You even not so we've got the tiers. I'm still learning what all the tiers are. I know the casual kind of sits there at a certain level of the pyramid. Let's just say the beginner, the new fan, could have watched that and appreciated just what ferocity was taking place and just how incredible that was for uh, you know go. I think there was maybe 9 or 10 minutes of extra time, if I recall, like just 100 plus minutes of pure cinema. It was awesome, absolutely awesome. But not to be. All right, come on. Let's. I got to stop doing this myself. I'm gonna keep saying all these England references. I'm just gonna keep getting
Got to think
depressed about
positive.
it. That's
Best
right,
finish
positive.
since '66. So
Since
yeah.
'66. That is right. Right. Think positive. Think positive. But moving on to best fan base. Who do you think was the best fan base of the tournament? And there was a good collective out there.
Yeah.
You had Norway. You had uh,
I'm going with
Tar-
Scotland, the Tartan
um,
Army.
exactly.
It's
Thought it was a no
it's
brainer.
yeah, I have to give it to them. Um, you know, we need to reserve a spot for them at all World Cups after seeing this, and um, yeah, that was really neat to see the scenes and the way that Boston responded shows a lot about their character and everything, and hats off to them.
Yes, yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I know Norway, Colombia will throw themselves in there. Holland always shows out strong, but I agree. I think Scotland and the Tartan Army stole the show this year. They
Yeah.
were they were magnificent. So this is a fun one. Breaking it apart here, you and I kind of got a little back and forth if it should be combined as one, but I liked that you thought we should do this as separate because there is a difference between being a host city and a stadium. So we'll lead first. Who do you think was the best host city of the tournament?
If I can combine cities, it would be Dallas and Houston. I know they're very different, um, but I think people really enjoyed the Texas atmosphere, the barbecue, and the moments that it gave us there. There's also some proximity with some of the stadiums that were a bit of a challenge, I think. And yeah, there's just a lot of fun things, people getting really excited, doing very, stereotypical American things in Texas. So I would go with Houston and Dallas, but probably first Houston.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow! I like that. I like that. So we're gonna say the Keystone Prophet declares Texas as the best host. It's just that simple. Texas, not even city,
Yeah.
just Texas is the best host. Which
Yeah.
all the Texans will appreciate that from the Keystone Prophet, giving a shout out and recognition to their Lone Star State. If I had to put one down, I just would. I, I was torn on this one because Seattle shows out great. They've got a strong culture of supporting the sport, but just a little plug here for one of my favorites, Bex. I'd have to say Miami. His city did a great job.
Wow.
I think they did they're getting very comfortable at hosting sporting events. Very comfortable, and they got the Grand Prix there now. They've always kind of been on the circuit with the college football scene and Super Bowls. Yeah, Bex made sure Miami was ready and South Beach was rocking. So I'm gonna give it to Miami, and I'd have to say Messi did a great job laying the groundwork there with creating the vibrancy. So
It's a
Miami's the
good
call
call.
here. Miami's the call.
Yeah.
So that
I think
switching
it's a good
gears,
one.
since we sliced them up, best stadium. This one I think's fun. Being a guy
I'm
the construction business on the architectural side, I'll be curious your thoughts on which one you thought was the best stadium for the tournament.
piggybacking off of yours. I'm going Seattle. Um,
Ooh, nice.
I love an open air stadium, so there's something, kind of romantic about that. And I really enjoyed watching the U.S. play there, and the backdrop with the ocean and city and, you know, the mountains. It's beautiful. I've never been, so I don't know what it's like on the inside, but just seeing it, that would have been my pick.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick. I think uh, yeah, that Australia match will go. That will be imprinted on me for ever. Yeah, very simple. When when I saw the entire Lumen Field singing with the lads out there, the national anthem, I was ready to run through a brick wall. I genuinely thought we were going to win the whole thing. I was like, this is terrifying. Like, how are you going to stop America when they're united like this? It just and the match result uh, gave even more credence to it. But that moment in particular was very special watching the national anthem. But if I'm going to answer the question though, who the best stadium was, a bit biased. Want to make sure I pay some respect to Mr. Arthur Blank and mentor of mine, Steve Cannon, and the work they did in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So, well done, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'm going to give you the nod as the best stadium for the tournament.
That was my second pick. Incredible stadium. Yeah, it's
Love it.
awesome. I wish they could have opened it, but I guess not.
Yeah, wanted to keep it closed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was happy they got to be on display for some big matches as well, where
yeah.
the uh, champion
Finals.
got a chance to play there. So it was
Yeah.
awesome that there was an opportunity to experience that. Kind of bring it to a close here. Some exciting ones. What do you think was the most fun story of the tournament off the pitch? A lot of fun things took place in the social media world. I'm curious which one you thought was the most fun of the tournament.
The most fun.
That's a fun, and this is a shout out to my mother, uh,
Yeah.
who is the principal of Fun School. She does have a Fun School that is due to open here sometime in the near future, and we want it to be a recognition of the most fun story of the tournament.
I loved seeing the intermingling of the Korean fans in Mexico City um, for their matches. That was awesome. Really cool to see people coming together. I think that was like very heartwarming. But for me, the most fun was seeing people who never or rarely, watch the sport, care about the sport, getting really into it, supporting not only the U.S. team, but finding players and teams that they were like, oh, I like these guys, and here's why, and getting really amped up, and that was really neat for me at least to see other people are finding the sport fun that normally would not, and seeing the fever, take hold. So that was
Oh,
really neat.
yeah, I think you're spot on, brother. It's talking about my mother of being the future principal of Fun School. Like she found herself gravitating towards everything Norwegian, albeit her daughter-in-law is English and she has an affection for the lions, the three lions. Like she loved the Norwegian row. She loved the taxidermy. All that Erlen Holland got into. She loved it, and yeah, there were definitely a lot of fun stories. But I also mentioned my wife. There was one that I thought was hilarious, and she brought up a good point. When the Nigerian goalkeeper broke the internet, like the amount of women football supporters that just came in because of this guy, I get it. I understand. He is certainly someone that brought positive attention to the sport, let's say the least.
I'll be honest, I didn't know this story. However,
What?
I can see where it has garnered attention.
Oh,
Um,
do we have a video, Joe? Do we have a? If we don't, no worries. I just these reels that my wife would show me on social media, I just would lose it. They were hilarious, absolutely hilarious. If we can't get one, no biggie. But I think this image says enough. Just absolutely hilarious. The Nigerian goalkeeper breaking the internet and doing a great job bringing new fans to the sport. So thank you, mate. Cheers.
Thank
All
you
right,
for your service.
that's it. All right, here. So really wrapping up here. Uh, gosh, when we look back, what moment, story will be remembered most for the 2026 World Cup? There's been a lot of exciting things that took place, but which one uh, is this is the second last question for all the viewers out there on the edge of their seat, thinking this is the last one. Because we got one more after it, but what do you think it's going to be remembered as? What moment, story will be remembered most from this World Cup?
I think there's one on the field and one off the field. The one on the field is the end of an era of a certain group of players. Messi, Ronaldo,
Mm,
Modric. Seeing some of these guys, Manuel Neuer, like that have been stalwarts of the game for decades, and Messi scoring a hat trick on his opening game, getting to the finals, like that's amazing. Will we ever see someone at that level again? I'm not so sure. You saw even like Granit Xhaka in the Switzerland game against Argentina at the end, how much it meant to him and being overtaken by emotion. Seeing all of those guys in their last round, it's the end of an era, and it was amazing to witness. Off the field, I think it's a slightly more negative story, which is the FIFA credibility, whether it was the Balogun decision, letting Cristiano Ronaldo play in the first two games, which people may have forgotten about, that he was supposed to be suspended. And third, the maybe inconsistent refereeing throughout the tournament with calls going in a certain Argentinian
Mm.
favor rather than in, for other teams. So I think that will be the main story people remember, as well as probably the Messi Ronaldo kind of memoirs.
Yeah, I like that blend. I think it's very, very well said. Yeah, for me, what will be remembered most, and it's just because it hits close to home. And as everyone knows, I'm still struggling to grapple with it. What will be remembered most is a German manager being hired to lead the England national team for his tactical prowess and making a decision to substitute for packing it in the box with a 1-0 lead. That, for me, is a storyline that unfortunately will be remembered because uh, there was supposed to be progress from the Gareth Southgate era, albeit I am a uh, huge admirer of Gareth. He's a great man. It was awesome when he came to Atlanta, Gareth, for the Super Bowl and having you there in that leaders group. I always loved what you were doing with the Three Lions. You wore the shirt. So yeah, there's a huge bias there, having an affection for the guy personally. But when the organization's supposed to be looking at something that would have been a improvement and was supposed to be history to get back to the final for the first time in 60 years and have such a tactical error, and then worse, a leader not take accountability for it. That's challenging. Very, very challenging for me because yes, it was special to have Messi go against the young buck and the Spanish side that he took a picture with in Lamine Yamal, but for those of us that love the Three Lions, that's a story that'll be hard to forget. Is being up 1-0 with a beautiful goal from the Evertonian and Scouser, and letting it slip away in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So, yeah, Whew. Tough, tough. Thanks for giving me the space to do that, Will. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need to get that out. I just need to get it out.
Hey, he still did better than Southgate ever did in the
Oh,
World
come
Cup.
on, come on, come on. Well, we'll see what happens going into 2028. I'm rooting for Eddie Howe to leave the Magpies and come on board, but topic for a different day. Last one here. In one word, what best describes the 2026 FIFA World Cup and how it'll be remembered? One word.
Big.
Like that. Big. Oh, that's perfect. It can't be one word. That I would say beautiful, right? Maybe that's the one word for how it's remembered. And I like that. I think that was fitting. Joe, great setup, buddy. You the man. That was awesome. Yeah, beautiful. I was gonna say historic, and that man is historic, so that would also be fitting. But I like beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Just
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. It was great. What an honor for us to have been a part of that here in the Shores. You in particular, Will, as the Keystone Prophet, making unbelievable predictions that you always do, but being live in person with family as well is just super special. So, really, really great to have experienced that. Thanks for, as always, coming on the show, being a part of the Terrace. You are the loyal stalwart here as the Yankee of the group. We'll soon get our Scotsman and Englishwoman onto the show. I'm hopeful once we can start talking about club, they'll be participating more. But I can't thank you enough, brother, for coming on and for all the insights. You the man.
Happy to be here. And one parting note, people who have been excited about the World Cup, go watch your local teams play, whether it's MLS, USL, NWSL, local college teams. Just be involved, support the game. Um, it's a great game.
Uh, and
So
what?
enjoy it,
And
have fun.
amen. And I love that you talked about local. It's the strength of the game is the community. So lean into your community and lean into the club. Love it. Keystone Prophet, Will Zeckman. Thanks, brother. You the man.
Until next time.
Cheers. He's the best. Really is. Just a industrialist calling from the shop to talk shop with us on the FOFSPod, capping what was a beautiful World Cup. Yeah, just awesome. Really special feature here. Our pass and review of the 2026 World Cup. Thanks for stopping by as always. We appreciate you. Until next time, have a happy hump day. Cheers.